Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on the Audi Q5. We actually did a bit of work on this one off camera, but I did put it on Instagram. Hopefully I've still got that on my phone and I will be putting that out. Where Chris changed the front cover, rear cover, cam belt, water pump, idlers, tensioners, everything mechanical on this one is now done. We're ready to put it inside and crack straight on with it. So no waffle today, let's get it in. Had a delivery coming from ASM and it is the complete front panel assembly. They actually sent it on one of their own vans, and although they normally sell all these parts separate, they said we could buy any part off of this. They've sent us the whole thing complete and in, oh, it's so nice, Chris. Everything. Nothing's been cut. No. The plug, we've got the old one here and we've just been comparing it up. All the pipes are on there. Yeah, absolutely. Bonnet catch, all of it. So a huge shout out to them, and they actually had loads and loads of late parts, so I'm going to put their link in the description. Right, let's get it fitted. Only a little bit of time lapse there and no bonnet removal or wing removal. Chris said this has got to be one of the most silliest ideas he's ever seen. He had to actually remove the water bottle to get the wing off. Yeah, all of the bolts were hidden behind it, but we've taken the bonnet off. And we didn't show that, it's 4 bolts, we've done it before. We've removed the wings and pretty much getting set up to actually start putting this one back together now. We've got the front panel, we've got the bonnet, that came in from Prasco's, aluminium, insurance approved. They did do a metal one for this and it was about 180 quid, but we actually went for the bonnet that was £400. Even though it is a pattern part, it's insurance approved, so your insurance company will be fitting the same bonnet, a proper aluminium one, all that money.
I think it's the dearest bonnet we've ever bought.
Definitely the dearest bonnet, Chris, no question. We've also got 2 wings for it, insurance approved, so we are pretty much ready to build it up. We've ordered a lot of parts off camera so that we was ready with this one. TPS, we've ordered all the headlight panels, but as soon as Chris took the wings off, you start noticing other little bits and pieces broken.
Well, they didn't look broken, did they?
They didn't look broken.
But as soon as you undo the 3 nuts, they fell in half.
Yeah, so.
But not to worry, we're not desperate for those.
No, it is what it is. We've got the bumper bar there that we got from Eddie, and also 2, what did I call these?
Crash cans.
Crash cans. Now, one of these, have you pulled it off, Chris?
What's that, mate?
Oh, no, yeah, you have pulled it off. No, there it is. So, Porsche. See it there, guys? So if you turn it over, you've got your Audi badge. So they are exactly the same, we did say that. Mate, we're ready to, oh, and there's Chris's radiator for the office there. Ready to start fitting it up? Offering it up.
I think we'll offer the front panel before we put the wings on.
Yep.
And then we'll see. It all looks undamaged, doesn't it, really?
It does. But there is a possibility that this might need
just a little tweak,
yeah.
But it's marginal, isn't it? But we'll offer that up and go from there, I think.
I'm going to see if I can find that Instagram post of you doing that, because I'd like to include it in the video so everyone can see we have fitted a new cam
I think
belt.
we've also got to, bit unique to Audis these, I think, you have to drill off the pop rivets.
For the brackets, for the wings.
And pop rivet them on the new wings, yeah. Which is a bit annoying, but so we've got to do that. And it's also a bit of this channel that takes this weather strip for the windscreen is actually pop riveted to the
front wing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's a bit silly, isn't it?
Yeah. Well made, mate.
Yeah.
Well made.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what it is. Right, let's get everything in then, and what we're going to start with the front panel.
I believe, yeah, I think so. We'll offer it up and see where we're at.
Yeah, definitely. Right, let's get that in then. shortest piece of time lapse ever, but I could not believe it. Chris did say them chassis legs ain't moved a mil, mate, and he was absolutely bang on. We've chucked the bolts in it, and it is all bolted straight up on its original marks. All of the aircon pipes have all run perfect. You can see, I just said I undone this one out the condenser, which this one has the extension. So I just need to undo that, pop it in, bolt that one up, intercooler pipe, everything lined up, no stress pushing it or forcing it whatsoever. So Chris is just drilling off those brackets from the old wings, ready to fit on the new ones. But while he's doing that, I might as well plumb all this up, mate.
Yeah,
right?
definitely, yeah. It's not got to come back off, has it?
It hasn't got to come back off, no. Right, let's get on. Chris has just popped round to see how the builders are getting on. They're coming to the end now on the office build, so just last little niggly bits. He's just going round checking and seeing if there's anything else he needs to do. Little tiny bit of lining up here to do, just on the back bolts. We need to take the washer bottle out, obviously, to get those in, but we're not trying to achieve perfection right now because, of course, all of this is going to need paint. But the new headlight panels, we had all the old ones, didn't we? So we just took them apart bit by bit. I swapped everything over. These have got little sensors down the back. I swapped both of those over. Used all the original bolts. It really did help. These did come with a couple of new bolts there for the headlights. The bracket here was okay, but the other side slightly bent, but Chris has straightened that out, and we've got that now sitting there. Again, these sliders are what the headlights go in. All bolted up, but these are the actual brackets I was on about. So temporarily I've just put that half in there because it's sitting in its bolt holes on the bottom of the wing, and Chris actually put a nut in this side and held this one on. But I've just ordered both of these from TPS, and they're going to be here in the morning. Those £8.75 for one and £8.60 for the other. But this car really has just all fallen back together so lovely. We're now ready. We're going to put the bonnet on and actually start lining the wings up, getting them about right for the bonnet. Because, like we said earlier, Chris has had to drill out and rivet all of these brackets back onto these new wings. You see, they actually don't, the wings don't come with them. You've got to remove the brackets off of the old wing, or I suppose if they're damaged, actually buy a new one. So we're just going to carry on. Couldn't be happier with how nice this one is, really going back together, and nice for everybody. We've got all of the parts in for it, we think, apart from the little bits, and we can get straight on with it. We thought this was going to take quite a while and quite hard to get the bits. A huge thank you again to ASM for hooking us up with that whole unit complete, and really looked after us as well. They'd heard of the channel, and of course, guys, I'll put their link in the description. Right, let's get this bonnet and the rest of it fitted. So guys, headlight lug repair kit. See the little mouth on the bottom? And we've got a little groove in here. So first that bit goes on, and there's a screw hole in there as well, and in there, but Chris is just dremeling out all of this little bit here, so in order for that to slide on, and then we can get the other end of it on there, and that's that fixed. Yeah. Nice and cheap. Luckily, none of the others are broke, but again, they're all repairable. Yeah. Right, we'll let you get on, mate. A bit of head scratching here, a bit of fault process really. These obviously come with the backing plates that I actually bolted on earlier. Yeah. And you can see now it's fitted to the bottom of the headlight, and all honesty, we can't quite work out Does the headlight go in from underneath there?
Well, the other thing is that they've designed these lugs to unbolt, haven't they?
Yes.
Irrespective of this repair one. So we're kind of thinking that if you had the bumper on, to save having to take the bumper off, everything off the front, they've designed these headlights to go in that way.
From the back?
From the back. Because there's no real reason to make those bolt on, is there? And that comes up underneath on there, and this lip is in the way of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what they've done, but as we've got it all stripped, we ain't got to fit them that way.
We haven't. And guys, please pop it in the comment section if you have done one. How do they go in? Because I messed the passenger sides in there, I've done that, but I was trying to get, and I said to Chris, it ain't fitting through there, no way. And I ended up actually removing this headlight panel again just to get it in there. So, I mean, we're probably going to...
There's no real reason for them to make that in two pieces.
No.
Unless you split it that way, is there?
Yeah.
It'd just be one piece if it went in there as a...
I guess we probably could have watched a YouTube video of someone fitting them, but drop it in the comments, guys. We're going to get that one fitted and then move straight on to the bonnet. So, bit of time lapse there, and then we actually stopped, had a bit of lunch, and well, we probably had a half hour gapping that up, Chris.
Well, just tweaking.
It was tweaking, yeah, moving the wing over this side and then obviously pulling the bonnet forward. Sometimes I have to go forward one side, back the other in order to get it perfect, but we're happy with those lines.
Yeah, it looks nice, doesn't it?
It does look nice, yeah. What also I did this morning, it seems like a bit of a pointless exercise, but it's not. You agreed with me, didn't you? We want to get this bumper on there, and this bumper does need a little repair. So what I actually did was warmed up all of the damage on the grille, unbolted it out of the original bumper, and then bolted it into this one just to give it rigidity so that we could get it on there, obviously once we got it to this stage. But so far, so good. We're really quite happy with it. You got the little horn brackets to go on, various other little bits and pieces, but just not relevant at the moment. You can probably see Chris wandering around in the background now. We've put down a ratchet, just trying to locate that, but no doubt we'll move this out in a minute and we'll see it. But yeah, that's how far we've got with it. We haven't got all of the back bolts in the wings. I think there's a couple in the bottom and a couple, one in the top here, in order to create the wing gap and get it sitting where it needed to be. So luckily didn't need any kind of pull, this car. We did, as soon as we looked at it, the chassis legs looked fine, and it turns out they are. So we're going to move on, chuck on the front bumper and just try and sort of test fit it. Those new brackets have come in from TPS, fitted that one, fitted the one the other side. So yeah, that bumper's pretty much ready to put on there and try, mate. So
yeah, I mean, I don't...
It's not going to look fantastic. It's not. It's.
To be honest, we could send this to paint without. It's all lined up. Everything's lined up lovely.
Yeah.
So you'd normally use the bumper as a bit of an insurance, wouldn't you, to double check everything? But
yeah.
I'm pretty confident that everything's pretty much all back on its paint marks, isn't it?
Its original marks, yeah.
So.
Right. I want to try it on there anyway. I think just to see what it looks like, and possibly even for the thumbnail. It's only going to clip in on these sides anyway, isn't it? Yeah, let's give that a quick try. Look at that. Seriously can't believe how quickly this one has been turned around. It needs a bit of work on that bumper and wait. I mean, all of the grills that we've ordered for it, they're not important right now, are they? We just need to send it off for paint. And apart from a tiny little repair on that bumper there, doesn't need any bodywork, this car. Doesn't need any bodywork at all. Still shocked at how nice and quick it all pieced together. So Prasco for the insurance approved aluminium bonnet and front wings. Front bumper from Eddie. The headlights are the originals, we've repaired them. And of course the front panel complete with rads all come from ASM. I'm zoomed in a little bit too far there, aren't I? Such a lovely car. And also I thought the bits were going to be really, really spiteful for this, and they're actually not that bad. Those insurance approved front wings I think were about £80–90 each. Don't quote me on that, might be a little bit different. But the bonnet was expensive, about £400. And you can see on that headlight there's a tiny little scratch we should get out. And on this one there is loads of little marks, so that's going to want flattening off as well. But apart from that, let's take it up and down the road and see what it drives like. Here it goes on its maiden voyage. Chris has had to put his glasses on for this one, make sure he doesn't crash into anything. Certainly sounds very, very nice. It did have quite a few codes. I did code read it and clear it. Instrument cluster, airbag lights on, that's due to the 2 crash sensors. And what else? Just obviously all to do with the intercooler being smashed off it. Right, let's run up to the gate. So 1 video buying that car and 1 video repairing it. Unbelievable. You can hear the brakes are a little bit grindy where it's been sat for a little while. Yeah, so it's only going to be 1 more video, isn't it? Paint and just putting it all back together with all the nice new grills and bits and pieces.
Well, as far as you can tell, seems fine, mate.
You can hear a little tiny bit of grinding on the brakes, but I can see that they're a little bit rusty.
I'll go up and down a few times.
Couple of laps, I think that'd be fine. Hopefully, hang on Chris, 1 sec. Testing.
1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Yeah, just picking you up from here, so that's
half
good.
a tank of diesel. Yeah, nice car.
Do you know, loads of people, loads of people in part 1 said, I can tell by that glint in his eye, he's got his eye on that.
No, the glint in my eye was easy repair.
Easy repair.
They're never easy, as I've pointed out before, but compared to some of the other things we've done recently,
nice bit of work.
A nice bit of work, yeah. Quick turnaround.
So Chris has got that lovely E-Class estate car, and his girlfriend's actually got a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So
wouldn't need one of these.
Chris won't be needing another 4-wheel drive, so this one will be on the channel for sale.
And unrecorded.
And it is unrecorded.
No insurance claim on it, is there?
No insurance claim made.
And no chassis damage.
Absolutely not.
Nice. All insurance approved, apart from the front bumper.
And that's genuine.
The front bumper, yeah, second hand, but everything's insurance approved panels, isn't it?
Have a little run up and back down again. We'll clean them brakes up, but looks like another one in the queue, mate.
For the paint,
yeah.
Mind you, one's being painted today, isn't it? We
the
won't
Polo.
say. Oh,
yeah. I probably shouldn't have said that.
No,
but never mind.
But we can get the next. What we got 2 or 3 waiting, haven't we?
There's a DS, this,
and something else.
Well, we have got another car in the yard. People have probably noticed it, but yeah, have one more little run down and back up in it, Johnny. That sounds nice though. Also, a couple of people has actually private messaged me again about the vans there. The builders guys. So one guy even
nothing
said,
fell off.
That Sprinter, I'm desperate for one. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that, mate.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, let's get it back in the workshop. I got a laugh there because I didn't even realise what he had done. until I'd cut the camera. But you see Chris just pull up there. He actually forgot he was driving a manual and he just pushed the brake, so he actually stalled it. We're over the moon with that car. It's been very, very minimal on parts because the front panel come complete. That does always help. So the only parts we actually ordered from TPS was those little wing extensions and the headlight panels. Apart from that, it was nothing. Like I say, front bumper from Eddie, bonnet, both front wings, oh sorry, crash bar and crash cans come from Eddie as well. So very, very minimal on parts, and it is another one. You can see the little, what's that called? A DS. That is still waiting to go to paint, but as soon as we get another one back, that one will be going. And then that is minimal paint. As soon as that comes back, we can then get that one over there and get that done, crunch the numbers and get it out the door. Sorry guys, I know that camera is a little bit crooked, but it's the best we can do for now. That is going to be the end of today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, hit the thumbs down. Like, subscribe and share on all your social networking sites. And guys, thank you everybody that does reach out to us on Instagram with their vehicles for sale and various other little bits and pieces. If you've personally got a vehicle for sale, reach out to us on Instagram. Please always include your number. But if you just know about a car that might be for sale, it's probably best not to send it to us. I know that probably sounds a little bit ungrateful, Chris, right? But we don't mean it in any way. It's just I receive literally hundreds and hundreds of Facebook links, and we don't have a Facebook account. So you guys are spending all your time looking for them, and I'm just deleting them because I can't do anything with it. So yeah.
Have you mentioned about the phone numbers? And you do ring people back, but quite often they don't answer.
Yeah, always include your telephone number. And of course, when I ring you, it is from private number. So, I mean, let's pick up on that
well,
one.
You've had one the other day. You rang it 3 or 4 times, didn't you?
Yeah.
And no, at different times during the day.
No, but I mean, you have noticed one, and it was on the Audi A6 video. The guy said in the comments, which is fair enough, I offered you one of these cars for this much money, and you ignored me. I remember seeing his message. He didn't include his telephone number, so there's no way of me contacting him. And I'm going to elaborate a little bit on the Instagram messages, only because people ask. If you've switched off already, that's fine, but if you want to know, I'm going to tell you. So when we get a message come through Instagram, it's actually a request. The minute I can read it without opening it, without allowing that message, and I do read all of them, but the minute I allow that message, I can't never close that again. So if I open a message from you, that is it. I can't never close. We've always got that link together. And in the early days, I used to open quite a lot of them. I was very naive, didn't really know how it all worked. And people were FaceTiming me at 3 o'clock in the morning while I'm asleep on Instagram.
Or while we're trying to film.
Or while we're trying to film a video.
On a phone.
It constantly keeps flashing up that people are trying to FaceTime us. So I really do hope that does show you why I don't actually respond to people on Instagram, because I can't physically open their messages. We wouldn't be able to record anything, would we?
No, but you do literally sit there for quite some time, going through ringing, and it's one after the other. There's no answer, is there? You leave messages on some of them, and we don't get replies, do we?
Yeah,
so
we
you do try.
We do the best we can.
That's right.
With what we got. Anyway, none of that was negative. So big thumbs up, everyone. Have a lovely. When's this one going out, Chris? This is Saturdays.
Probably, yes.
So all of you, enjoy your weekend, what's left of it, and we'll see you back on Wednesday for the next one.